Good morning, everybody. I'm going to give the weekly tour for this week. Of course, my goal was to have the tour videos done on Sundays, but I wasn't able to do that because, we had a little bit of a cold snap, and you'll see that on the weekly videos, what I did to kind of remedy that. But everything is doing good right now, and so what I have in here, and I'll probably be doing lots of work this week. But for now, I'm going to show you what we got going on in the garden. Let's get to it. Did you all see that? Look at that little squirrel jumping off of my house over into the trees. This is one of the lemon plants I had, and you can see its leaves are looking a bit sparse. I need to do a lot of work on the lemon plants. Now, this is the Daddy Moringa plant from last year, and it's grown up tall, but all the leaves are at the top, so I may just chop it down. We have some lovely aloe plants that are growing in this little bitty container, so I probably need to move those out, but I have 1,253,000 aloe plants. Here's the other lemon plant, and again, it's looking pretty sparse and it needs lots of work, but can you see that? It's already making lemons. This is what the generational plant is looking like after the winter. I actually pulled lots of dead leaves off and it's growing back. Here in these two planters, I planted a new plant, and I don't know the name of it. I'm gonna have to get the name. And then these are two of the generational plants. They're looking pretty bad. I'll probably just pull those out and plant something else in here. And here in my basket garden, the basket is looking pretty tattered. It actually looks like something bit through it. So I'm probably gonna get rid of that. And I do have a geranium that is making a comeback in here. And there's lots of sage, but I'm gonna pull that out and start over. And here are 3 of my aloe plants. And 2 of them was going to flower. You can see a flower coming up here. And 1 broke off, and we had a windy storm a few days ago, so it didn't make it. But they still are looking good. And y'all, look how big this plant is. And it's in one of my little dollar store pots. We got a guardian here. Now on to the main part of the garden. Here in the welcome part of the garden, you'll see I have some hydrangeas, and we have a sunflower that's open right now. That's the first sunflower of the season. Welcoming everybody to the garden. I also have some rose bushes here, lots of things that need to be replanted, and a salvia down here at the bottom. And also in this planter right here, this is kind of a rescue plant. I got this out of my neighbor's yard last year, and it's a lantana. And when I saw lantanas being sold at the garden store, I was like, you know what? My neighbors have this plant all the time. And it was real small, and I put it in a bucket, and it's growing into a big bush. It's actually an invasive plant here in Florida, but I'm just gonna grow it here in the garden and it should be fine. And over here are my plant babies that I was able to, well, I want to say rescue, but so they're looking like they're on the struggle bus right now because they have been in my house for 2 days and they had limited light. So once the sun comes up, they're gonna be just fine. Here's my strawberry planter, and all the strawberries are looking good as well. And on the table here are some starts that I just need to put in, and all of these are flowers and a tomatillo plant, and also a salvia plant. We have some bulbs here, and I also have another bulb way over here as well. We got some flower bulbs, and I think those are gonna take some time to come up because I just put those in a few days ago. And also here on my AC garden, because I have my AC covered with stuff, is my more aloe plants. And my greenhouse is empty, so I can do some repairs on it before I put my plants back in. Down here on this side of the trellis, we have some pea plants that are coming up still. And over on the other side are more pea plants. And they're actually starting to get their tendrils, so they should be starting to find their way up the trellis soon. And you really can't miss the begonia plants here on my little vertical garden here. and they held up to the cold very well. They look absolutely beautiful. Then I have a volunteer basil plant that came up from last year. It's been trying to bolt. I'm sure in a few days it's going to try to bolt again, and I'll just pinch it off, but it's looking quite lovely. Here back at my sky garden, the only thing we have some cosmos over here. Y'all, I don't know what this is, but it looks like some type of daisy. I have to check my my flowers in my seed packets and see if I planted that. I don't know. I'm just gonna let it grow. And here we have a lonely foxglove, and it's kind of on the struggle bus, but I planted that last year. So hopefully we'll see some kind of blooms come up this year. Y'all, look at my geranium. This is the one that I cut all the way down, and I think it liked the cold because more leaves popped up. So that's kind of cool. And on this side is morning glories, and you can see I got one morning glory that really popped his head up. I actually have morning glories and black-eyed Susans, vining black-eyed Susans in this pot. So we'll see what comes up. All right, in my 3 17-gallon buckets, we have peppers, bell peppers, and jalapeno peppers. And we have lots of marigold plants. I also replanted some bunching onions that I found in some seed starters that I had from last year. So I said, let me plant those and see how they do. So I planted them here. And then of course we have Deuce here. He's happy. So here on the side of the dream trellis, or the tomato tunnel, we have some chamomile, not chamomile plants, y'all. These are my comfrey plants. I actually took them out of a 5-gallon bucket and I split them. And I put the stick here because there's another comfrey root there. I broke off a piece of the root and I put it there. And I'm gonna see how they're gonna do in here. Now I'm gonna have more plants in here, but for now, that's all we got going. In here, we only have the 2 tomato plants, and they're actually very happy in here. And this is one of them. It's a heat master plant, and I'm still not sure how I'm going to trellis these up or if I'm gonna put a tomato cage around it, but for now, they are doing just fine. And here's the second one. They look like baby trees. And we have a little tomato right over here on this side. Okay, over here we have my Radish Forest, and they're looking okay. I just took the plastic off of them from the weekend, and it was on for 2 days, so they weren't very happy about that. So once the sun hits, everybody should be jumping for joy. And here are the strawberry plants, and the strawberries are doing just fine. A little yellowing because they were covered as well, but they're popping up a lot of new growth, and these are my plants from last year. And I think we have a little cosmos that's been trying to come out and hasn't been able to. And over here, I have some bunching onions that are getting ready to go to seed. And I haven't had a chance to clean out the 17-gallon bucket under here or clean this out. So I'm just gonna let those grow until I get a chance to get to them. I finally have this area all prepped out and ready to receive my carrot seeds. But it's been windy for the last few days, so I haven't done that. So maybe today I'll have a chance to plant carrot seeds. You know, and this right here is a basket from my front yard, and it has some geraniums, pieces of geraniums that are still alive as well. So hopefully I'll get a chance to replanting those. So basically that's the gist of it, y'all. This is what the garden is looking like for this week. Still have lots of prepping to go. All right, everybody, so that's the gist of the garden for this week. To me, it's still not a lot growing in here, but it's looking a lot better. I did a lot of cleanup over the weekend, got a lot left to do, and y'all, I believe in baby steps, so this garden has been definitely a baby steps garden. I would love to know if you're doing some type of garden diaries as well, because I want to go over and check it out. So please put it down in the comments if you are, if I haven't already been visiting your channel. Y'all watch a lot of videos. I try to leave a lot of comments, but sometimes I just can't. But in any case, I hope you all enjoyed again, and I will see you on the next video.